here tonight. Of course, this is the Art Hill Memorial, the biggest race of the year for the minis.
40 cars signed in tonight for the HRW Automotive Mini Stock, so 4 qualifying heat races at 10 cars per heat.
First qualifying heat brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Starting on the pole out of Dundas in the Evergreen Landscaping, Cal Tire 69 is Rob Twitchett. To the outside, the Eggs Custom Fab 29X out of Carlisle is Davey Boughton. Row number 2 to the inside. Aboard car number 60X, that is Martin Schroeder. Number 60 out of Beachville, that is Martin Schroeder. And to the outside, the 66X, that is Brandon Jansen, defending champion out of Woodstock in the Hawkins Electric Machine. Back in row number 3, the 91 is Olivier Larocque, and the 9 will be Tim DeBoer in the Tim Sonato car number 9. Row number 4, the 222 of Nick Massey, the rookie driver out of Caledonia. Out of Fenwick, rather. Back there in the inside of row number 4. The outside, the 63C is Dave Crumby in the Amsoil Machine. Row number 5, the 54 of Christopher French out of Stratford, the Gales Auto Aftermarket Ride. And the 66 of John Jansen's, all the Jansen's team within this qualifying heat. John out of Woodstock in the Sutton Realty Group, number 66.
So top 5 cars are going to qualify into tonight's 42-lap Art Hill Memorial main event as they top 5 and back to 6th and 7th. Everybody side by side, and now 3 wide off of corner number 4 for the final transfer position. Olivier Larocque, Tim DeBoer, and now Dave Crumby in the mix as well.
I don't know what happened with Davey Boughton. He really pulled away on the start there, and then up in corner 3, his get up and go, got up and went, and he lost a lot of ground. And here comes Brandon Jansen's now to the inside of the 29X.
Yeah, the Jansen 66X machine getting a good run down the back straightaway on the first 2 laps here. He turns it to the inside of Boughton's 29X, and he will lead for the second lap in a row. But there's been 2 lead changes. They just haven't seen them on the scoreboard.
Fantastic battle up there. 4 wide right now for that third spot. Almost 5. Nick Massey thinks better of it. They're 4 wide now into 3 with a Larocque on the bottom. DeBoer in the 9, the 60 is Schroeder, and the 69 to Twitchett on the outside.
Twitchett got the short straw there up in turn number 3 and 4. He got pushed up over the cushion there to avoid contact with another driver. Just that many drivers trying to fight for the same position, and now they're 4 wide for the final transfer position.
Crazy racing right now in the middle of the pack with Brandon Jansen's leading, Davey Boughton right there in second, but here comes Schroeder to the outside of him. Crumby now has found his way into the mix. He's into the inside of the 22 of Nick Massey.
There's 2 laps to go here on heat race number 1. Furious action as everybody tries to get into the front door to the main event here this evening. Crumby up to the 3rd position now. The Schroeder number 60 back a spot, and now here's DeBoer and Massey coming at it for the 5th position.
So the 222, well, he was the transfer car. Now it's the 9. Who's it going to be right now? Top 5 transfer. White flag is out, and I don't think they're going to look like this next time by.
3 wide for the 5th spot, and now it looked like Boughton had some troubles getting into corner number 1 there. Massey darted to the inside trying to take the 3rd spot away. Top 6 kind of breaking themselves away a little bit. We'll see if DeBoer can get there.
Final time through 3 and 4. Coming to the checkers, Brandon Jansen's is your leader, but here comes Dave Crumby challenging him for the win in Lucas Oil Products Heat Race 1. Brandon Jansen's gets the win at the line. It's Crumby second, but it was Davey Boughton narrowly getting 3rd. Then Nick Massey comes home in 4th, and Martin Schroeder gets the final transfer position. So everyone from there on back, the 91, the 9, the 66, 69, and 54, all going to the B main. A lot of drivers there that you wouldn't normally see in the B. That's
lining up in the 21X machine from the 8th starting spot. That is the defending champion, Mark Bazine, out of Caledonia, Ontario. Lining up the 9th spot, car number 90, that is Chad Smelzer. And starting from the 10th position in car number 6X is Mike Sarantakos out of Smithville.
Looks like Chad Smelzer not making the call, and the 90 machine, don't see him out there. So 9 cars rather than 10 to make the call here. 6 laps the distance. Caledonia Auto Supply heat race number 2. Glenn Hills leading the way. Longtime tech director here at the track. Now behind the wheel here tonight as he leads them down the front stretch. Wade Thorne, though, troubles on the 81 of Hills. We see him in there trying to shift the car. I don't know if he missed a shift or what happened. That 81, though, seems to be back up to speed.
And he holds on to a transfer spot for the moment, but now slipping backwards as Mark Bazine and Aaron Witzke both get by him on the outside. Hill's going to have his work cut out for him to try and get back into a transfer spot.
So Tolton is your leader. Thorne in second. Olivieri is third. Then it's Bazine and Rowitsky right now, your top five. Those are the 5 transfer cars. But here comes the 6X of Mike Sarantakos trying to make his way into the top 5.
Sarantakos ducks to the inside of Rowitsky's number 4. Pardon me. That number 4 is, that is Rowitsky of the 4W of Thorne up front. The two drivers have very similar race cars on the track now. So Thorne holds on to the 3rd position as Fabio O'Leary takes to the inside, and Sarantakis getting by Rowitsky off of corner number 2. He's got a transfer spot now.
Olivieri had a busy couple of weeks trying to repair the front end of that car after an altercation. I believe it was a Humberstone where he had the problems in the 16, but they've got that car back together. He's in a transfer spot, but here comes Sarantakos and Rowitsky breathing down his neck.
3 laps down, 3 to go here in heat race number 2. Sarantakis turns it to the inside of Olivieri, trying to inch a little bit further ahead of the Rowitsky number 4 and hold on to that transfer spot. They'll get their rabbit ears from Kyle McKenzie this time by 2 laps to go for Bobby Tolton, but here comes Mark Bazine on the move.
3rd place right now is Wade Thorne. Olivieri still there in 4th. Sarantakos in 5th. Rowitsky on the outside, trying desperately to get by one of those 3 cars in front of him. Glenn Hills is back there right now, running in the 7th position.
4-car battle for the 3rd position as Rowitsky is right there with the white flag waving. Sarantakis sideways off of corner number 4. That cost him the chance at the 3rd spot to the inside of Rowitsky, and now, of Thorne. Now Rowitsky turns it underneath him, 3 wide for the final transfer position.
Good battle back there. Oh, Sarantakos right up into Olivieri. He'll slam into the wall in corner number 2. Checkers come out. The battle at the front had gotten close as well. Tolton will pick up the win. Bazine comes home in 2nd. 3rd at the line will be Wade Thorne. Then it's Rowitsky in 4th and Sarantakos 5th, but we'll wait to see if there's any penalties on that. So the 6X of Sarantakos will be scored behind the 16 of Olivieri for the contact. So Glenn Hills, after the early problems, ends up in the final transfer. Listening live tonight. We don't have the live stream tonight. That would have been a good slam on Adam.
We can make fun of him still. It's just a little below the belt when he can't hear us.
He's so tall, everything's below the belt.
Which is why we should probably watch our words.
All right, we're ready to go. This 3rd of 4 qualifying heats for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks on Art Hill Memorial Night. 42 laps the distance. As mentioned in tonight's feature event, this qualifying heat brought to you by Miska Trailer Factory. Kyle McKenzie with the green flag in hand, and we are underway in this 3rd qualifying heat. 4 wide for the lead into corner 1.
4 wide before they reach the first corner. The number 49 of Gary Hodgson went from the bottom to the top of the racetrack there in corner number 1. Everybody avoided him, and Hodgson now drives that outside lane into a transfer spot, coming after Barry Westman for 4th.
Down through corner number 3 they go. A lot of jostling going on right now. 5 cars again is what we are going to take. Gary Hodgson in the 49 has that final spot. The 6 of Jason Dixon trying to get into the top 5.
Dixon, a little tap to the back bumper, the Westman number 8 there as they go side by side off of corner number 2. That's the battle for the 5th and final transfer position into corner number 3. Meanwhile, Brian Teeple and Hodgson going at it for the 3rd spot up in corner number 4.
Crumby, your leader on lap number 2 over Newell, Hodgson, Teeple, and Westman. Dixon remaining back there outside a transfer spot, as is the gunslinger, Ryan Hunsinger, in that 13X, but he's got a good head of steam on the outside line.
Now these mini stocks making the outside lane work to their advantage a little bit tonight as they keep the momentum wound up. Hodgson doing it best so far. He drives to the outside of the number 2 of Matt Newell at the halfway point, and Hodgson up to the runner-up position now.
Through corner number 1 goes the leader, Brandon Crumby. Good distance back to Gary Hodgson. Now troubles for Jason Coutu as he slowed down the front stretch. We'll pull that one into the pit area, I do believe. Crumby, your leader, coming down 2 to go for the number 63. Hodgson in 2nd. Newell, Teeple. The battle is on. Only one of these cars, the 13X, the 8, the 6, the 79, or 13, will make it into the show.
4 cars battling for that final spot. Ryan Hunsinger holds it at the moment in the number 13X, but here comes the Sarantakus number 6 with Barry Westman's number 8. They're side by side for 6 as the white flag waves in the front of the field. Now for the 63 of Brandon Crumby.
Well, the Gunslinger's worked his way into the top 5. He's got 1 lap left to try and hold off Jason Dixon in the 6. Dixon looks low down in corner number 1.
Dixon drives to the inside of Hunsinger's number 13X down the back straightaway and into corner number 3. The checkered flag will wave for Crumby. Hodgson will take home second spot. Matt Newell third. Brian Teeple fourth. And at the start-finish line, the final transfer spot is going to go to the 13X of Ryan Hunsinger as he makes the outside lane work and drives his way into the Art Hill Memorial. Jason Dixon will be in the 6th spot. Barry Westman 7th. Steve Miller, Daniel McKay, and Jason Kutu rounding out the feet race number 4. Heat race number 4 for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks presented by O'Neill's Farm Equipment. Here's how they'll roll off. Starting on the pole in car number 96, that is Brian Crosgrove. To his outside in the number 11, the pinball, Mike Giberson. Starting third in car number 19 is Kyle Wirt, and lining up in the 4th spot in car number 21 is Jonathan Ayrton. Starting 5th in car number 17, Mike Taylor. To his outside, the number 19 W Merrittville Speedway regulars, Trevor Wan. Starting in the 7th position, car number 42 is Joe DeBoer. To his outside in car number 26, that is Tim Newell. He rolls off 8th. At the rear of the field, making up row number 5, in the 9th spot, the 11P of Patrick Abramson. And in the 10th starting spot, the 21J, the defending winner of the Art Hill Memorial, that is Jake Bazine in the 21J. 10 cars, 6 laps the distance. Final 5 qualifying spots out of the heat race will be determined here as they race into corner number 1.
And once again, it's pretty wild right off the drop of the green flag. Crosgrove is your leader. Ayrton there in second. And then the 19 of Wirt. Want in the 19W back there in 4th. And Taylor holding down the final spot. But here comes the 21J up through the middle. Jake Bazine, always stout.
The Want number 19W holding the 4th spot. But here comes Jake Bazine's 21J up on the outside of the racetrack. And we've got a side-by-side battle for the final transfer spot. Tim Newell in the number 26 moves into the 5th. Pardon me, 6 now coming after Want for the 5th position as he turns it underneath him coming off of corner number 4.
Yeah, there for a moment the top 3 were all 3 wide there and has kind of lost track of where all the positioning was, but it's Ayrton your leader, then Wirt in 2nd in the 19, Crosgrove in 3rd, Jake Bazine 4th, and Want right now in the 19 holds the final spot, but here comes Newell on the inside of the 26.
That's Tim Newell showing the nose underneath the 19W, but can't quite get the drive off the bottom of the corner here as we work the halfway point. Kyle Wirt and Jake Bazine going at it side by side for the 3rd position now as Bazine gets underneath the 96 of Crosgrove. Wirt's going to follow him through, and they may shuffle the 96 back to the 4th position.
Through 3 and off of corner 4. Jonathan. Good run going on here tonight for the drive of the 21 machine. 21J right behind him in tow. In 2nd, Jake Bazine has really made some moves. Started back there in that 10th and final position. Is in 2nd, holding off Wirt. Now trouble with Want and Taylor. And now we've got some body panels laying on the backstretch. I believe it's from Jake Bazine's machine.
Mike Taylor just drove over that, and now caution's going to come out as Kyle Want's number.
So Want was stopped in corner 2, brings out the caution flag. You can also see just before the Ohsweken Speedway a lettering on the back stretch wall, a piece of white paneling, and I believe it's off of the 21J of Jake Bazine. His back bumper cover has become dislodged. And the stock division, it's always interesting when you watch a driver, and at one time they're one of the young drivers, and before you know it, they're one of the veterans in the division, and it's hard to believe, but Jonathan Ayrton's been around for a number of years now in the mini stocks and looking for that first win, and he's really strong here tonight.
Pair number 21s race off into corner number 1, final 2 laps of heat race number 4, and 5 more drivers looking to transfer their way into the Art Hill Memorial. Ayrton good up against the cushion right now. Jake Bazine trying to use the low line to wrestle the lead away here as they come to the white flag.
Good fight for that final transfer spot. Ayrton, Bazine, Crosgrove right now hold down the top 3. Oh, Newell drives into the back end of Wirt a ton down the front stretch. Wirt holds on to fourth. Abramson has fifth. Here comes Newell on the outside of the 26. Now put him into the fifth and final transfer spot.
Newell somehow kept up his momentum through corners 1 and 2, and now driving around the outside of Patrick Abramson. He's trying to fight back on the bottom. It's not going to be enough, though. Newell's going to take the final transfer position behind the heat race winner, Jonathan Ayrton, in the 21. Jake Bazine in the 21J will be second. Brian Cosgrove third. Kyle Wirt fourth. And then Tim Newell taking that final transfer spot in the 26 machine. And behind him, the 11P of Patrick Abramson, the 17 of Mike Taylor, the 42 of Joe DeBoer, and the 11 of the pinball, Mike Giberson, rounding out the field. Spot the 79 of Steve Miller, rolling off 7th, the 69 of Rob Twitchett, and in 8th, the 13M of Daniel McKay, and making up the final row, the number 54 of Christopher French goes off 9th, and the number 4X of Jason Coutu, scheduled to go from the 10th spot, does not look like he will be able to make the call. And so 9 cars battling for the final 4 transfer spots. 6 laps will be the distance. B main number 1 for the HRW Automotive Mini Stock. Green flag in the hand of starter Kyle McKenzie. Tim DeBoer and Jason Dixon bring the field into corner number 1. DeBoer fighting for that middle lane ahead of Dixon's number 6 machine. Olivier Larocque drives to the inside of the 6 car, trying to take that second spot away. He'll do so into corner number 3. Dixon fighting back on the top side of the racetrack right now. And right behind them in the final transfer spot is the 66 of John Janssens. Nose to tail, Larocque behind the DeBoer number 9. As Dixon tries to fight him off, the 3-car battle up front, with John Janssens running in the 4th spot in that number 66. And now side by side between Rob Twitchett and Barry Westman as they trying to work their way into contention for a transfer position.
DeBoer will lead a lap, but here comes Larocque to the outside of the 9 machine. The top 4 broken away. Still a long way from the finish in this one. Larocque gets a good run off the second corner. He'll grab the lead.
Larocque leads the field off of corner number 4 at the halfway mark here. 3 laps down, 3 to go in the first of 2 B mains for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Jason Dixon in the final transfer spot, but Rob Twitchett has built up the momentum and continues to work his way forward. He's within a couple of car lengths of the number 6 car.
Yeah, he broke free of Barry Westman in the 8 car and now has set his sights on the top 4. Keep an eye on that 69 of Rob Twitchett. He's closed up. He's right on the back bumper now with Jason Dixon with 2 laps left to go. Larocque, your leader. John Janssens now moves to the outside of the 9 to Tim DeBoer for second.
That outside lane seems to be working for a couple of drivers. DeBoer holding on to the 3rd position right now as there is a battle for the final transfer spot side by side between Dixon and Twitchett. Dixon trying to come up the racetrack and take the space away from Twitchett's number 69 at the white flag.
Twitchett kept the foot in the throttle, though. He's got a good run through 1 and 2. Can he make it to the outside line? Dixon really running up the hill, trying to run Twitchett out of room as they go side by side for the final transfer spot.
Final time through corners 3 and 4. Twitchett has it wound up on the top side. Dixon trying to crowd, and they bang together off of corner number 4. Twitchett tries to hit the number 6 back, and Jason Dixon's going to take the final transfer spot off of corner number 4. But as Olivier Larocque grabbing the win over John Janssens, Tim DeBoer, and then Jason Dixon and Twitchett and Dixon exchanging some pleasantries as they exit the racetrack there, Greg.
Yeah, Rob Twitchett not happy. I don't know. I don't blame him that much. He really got run up high. But at the same time, you're trying to get into the show. You've got to do everything you can. So Dixon trying to run him high and keep that momentum from allowing the 69 by. Row 2 out of Brantford, the 05 of Dave Goodacre and the 17 of Mike Taylor out of Hamilton. Row 3 will be the 16 of Fabio Olivieri out of Hamilton. And Joe DeBoer in the 42 out of St. George. Row number 4 will be the 38M of Matthew Moore. Matthew at Port Hope, Ontario. At the outside, the 19W is Trevor Want. He is at Niagara Falls. Then it's Chad Smelzer in the 90 and the 11 of Mike Giberson. And once again, we don't see Chad Smelzer making the call here. So we'll go with 9 cars, 6 laps. Top 4 will transfer. Sarantakos leads them down into corner number 1. 3 wide for the second spot. Abramson up high. Goodacre in the middle. Here comes Fabio Olivieri. He had a good run going in the qualifying heat, but remember, he got put up into the wall by the 6X of Mike Sarantakos, and that is why he is in the B main. Sarantakos, your leader. Abramson, Taylor, and Olivieri right now the transfer cars. That red 16, your final transfer car. Joe DeBoer in the 42 looking to get inside the top 4. 2 laps go up on the scoreboard. Sarantakos, your leader. Abramson holding off Taylor for the moment. That 16 of Olivieri has put a little bit of distance between he and the 42 of Joe DeBoer. As this time by, we'll see the cross flags in the final B main of the night. Sarantakos will lead at the cross flags. It's a 3-car battle for second. Oh, Fabio Olivieri gets into the 17 of Mike Taylor. Spins him around on the front stretch. And Taylor goes from a transfer spot to the back of the field just like that. So it's Sarantakos, your leader. Abramson second, Olivieri running in third. Joe DeBoer now in that final transfer position. Sarantakos out in front by a country mile. He'll see the white flag. Final trip around in this B main. Abramson, Olivieri second and third. Joe DeBoer has that final transfer spot. He's got Want all over the back end, as well as Matthew Moore. Here comes the 19W of Want, trying to get by that white 42 of Joe DeBoer for the final transfer spot. Checkers go in the air. Sarantakos gets the win. Second at the line will be Abramson. Then it's Olivieri third, and Joe DeBoer will get the final ticket into the Art Hill Memorial. Want, Moore, Goodacre, Guyberson, and Mike Taylor will all be done for the evening. And I'm sure Mike Taylor probably won't be pleased with how his night ended in the B main either, as we get ready for a brief intermission.